Drivers Mate Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. XL Bullies. Have you seen recently in the news, there's been a lot of trouble around XL Bullies, right? Which is a pit bull type breed. And a big one, right? You know, with a big wide face, right? And quite stocky. There was recently a video that came out in Birmingham, I believe it was, where an XL Bully was loose and was running down the street attacking random people, right? There's a whole footage, someone's filming it from a bus, right? Go check that out. But if you're inclined to look at that kind of things, because it's quite raw, right? It's quite unsettling. But this dog is running through the streets attacking different people, right? What have you, innocent people and potentially whoever the dog was set on, right? Because that is another thing that a lot of people will comment and saying, what if the dog was just protecting its owner, right? What if the dog was set off by its owner to protect him from these people that were attacking the owner? A possibility, because hey, we don't know the full story. We still don't even know who owns the dog, right? We don't know. All we know is a dog was filmed in the street attacking people. Now, growing up in England, dogs are a very emotional topic, right? Because we've all had pets, we've all had dogs, and we love them in England, right? Dogs are like a part of our family, right? You get a dog as a kid and you grow up with a dog until the dog passes away, right? It's a member of the family. We love dogs in England, right? So just get that straight up and down. Number two, you have to be aware that any dog, right, any breed, no matter how small, no matter how big, is dangerous. Any dog is dangerous. Doesn't matter if it's a Chihuahua or if it's a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd, a Canary Presser. It doesn't matter, right? Every dog has the potential to be dangerous, just like every human being has the potential to be dangerous, right? So, are we saying that through our selective breeding of dogs, right, because that is what we've been doing generationally, right, we've breeded dogs down from big wolves to little cute dogs, right? That's what we've done. So are we saying our selective breeding is determining the temperament of a type of dog, right, and its propensity to enact violence, right? And I know it's crazy to think about it like that, but it essentially is what is the premise that's being discussed here, right? Because we are saying an American pit bull, an XL pit bull, is more violent than a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd, right? Some people would disagree with that, right? Because I'm pretty sure there's people that have been mauled, killed, bitten by German Shepherds, by Rottweilers, by Labradors, right? There's probably an attack has happened, a serious attack on adults and children from a variety of breeds of dogs, right? A variety of breeds, right? Not just Germans, not just bullies, none of them, all of them, right? Potentially. So are we saying that because we've mixed this dog's breed down to such a level that it's ultimately inherently violent, more violent than any other dog, right? Is that what we're saying? It's illogical if that's what we're saying, right? Because we just pointed out the fact that every dog is capable of doing serious violence, right? So that is understood. That's a level playing field. What we aren't discussing, however, is the fact the types of people that own XL Bullies tend to be quite immersed in criminal culture, right? That is what is not being discussed here, right? The owners of these types of dogs are immersed in a lot of criminal underworld activity. If they're not deep in it, they're very surface level, street type of people, right? You're not gonna go to a high income area and find an XL Bully per se, right? You may find a smaller version of it, but that's not to say you won't find big Japanese Akitas and all kinds of violent, massive dogs in rich people's houses and grounds, because you will, right? You'll find the most dangerous violent dogs with the richest people, right? Because there's a reason for that, right? The dogs are meant to hunt and protect, right? But that is the subtext here of why an XL Bully in England is bad, right? A pit bull, right? Not a Staffordshire Terrier, right? A Staffy. Although they look similar, they're not the same, right? So Rishi Sunak, if that's how you say his name, has decided to speak out against this particular breed and having it banned, right? Now, growing up as an estate kid, right, I've been around these dogs loads of times, right? Pit bulls, XL bullies, you name them, right? Boxers, staff cross, all kinds of mutts and monsters, right? Absolute monsters. I've been around them, the scariest ones to the nicest ones, right? And I can say it's not the breed that is the problem. It's the owners that is the problem, right? If you train a dog right, it is not dangerous. If you train a dog right, it is dangerous on command, right? It's the owners who are at fault, right? That's why we have fucking, I think it's RSPCA or something like that, right? The people that go out and rescue dogs and cats and animals that have been mistreated, right? That's why we have those charities in this country, because it's the owners. The owners are always the first and foremost cause of how the dog turns out. Yes, some dogs have crazy temperaments, right? But through proper training, through proper conditioning, that can be stamped out, right? Pavlovian conditioning, right? There's a reason why Pavlov had conditioning, because he done it on dogs, right? He done the experiment with dogs, right? So, do I personally think XL bullies should be banned? I don't know, right? And back to what I was saying, growing up in an estate, we were always under the impression that pit bulls were banned anyway, right? I didn't know if it was a thing or if it wasn't a thing, but we've always thought that pit bulls and XL bullies were banned breeds anyway. We didn't know that they weren't banned, right? This is news to us at the same time, right? So, do I think XL bullies should be banned? No, because it's not the dog's fault. It's the owner's fault. It's the types of owners, right? Now, this is an interesting thing to think about, right? If we give it a media spin, right? Let's just imagine we give XL bullies a media makeover. You know, like they do for celebrities and people that's into some sordid stuff, right? You know how they do them? Like, they take them out of this bad limelight and they put them here and they put them in a suit and a collar and they're like, yeah, look, this is the guy, right? He's a good guy, right? Now, let's say we do that societal makeover for XL bullies, right? And we no longer let street culture permeate, let XL bullies permeate street culture and criminal culture, and we put XL bullies into middle class areas, into upper class areas, and we take them to dog shows and we make them do tricks and we domesticate them more, right? Say we do that, would we still be able to say that XL bullies should be banned? We wouldn't, right? Because they would be treated the same as any other dog breed, right? So what we really need to look into here is, if we make XL bullies, pit bulls, right, criminal, right, legal, we're only gonna heighten the chances of there being more violent versions of those dogs on the roads, on the streets, right? Because criminals aren't gonna stop having pit bulls because the government said not to, right? Criminals think like, well, catch me if you can, right? I'm gonna breed them, I'm gonna sell them, right? And they're gonna go for like £3,000-4,000, right? Or maybe even more now that they're banned, because they're hard to get, right? So you're gonna make a dog breed rare, which you're gonna push the price up of it for it, and you're gonna push the demand up for it, right? Now, if Rishi's thinking, he realizes that could potentially happen, right? So what needs to happen is a reform or a look into how dog owners are dealing with their dogs, right? Maybe we could put something into play where wherever you're buying your dog food, or wherever you're getting your pet insurance, wherever, I don't know, wherever you have to go to as a pet owner nowadays, right? There should be a temperament check, right? And a health check, a mandatory health check for pets, right? If you're really serious about owning pets, right? If you're really serious about owning XLs, maybe we should create a license, right? Where a dog has to be registered, checked, make sure it's been taken care of properly, make sure it's not been trained to be violent, and then we can have them, right? Maybe that is what needs to happen. But I think it shouldn't stop at XL bullies. It should go across all breeds, right? That are bigger than, let's say, 2 foot off the ground, right? just for a standard start, right? Any breed that is bigger than 2 foot should deserve a license to have, right? That's what I think. You let me know what you think in the comments. Is it a bad idea to ban XL bullies? Is it the XL bullies' fault or is it the owner's fault, right? You tell me what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Drivers Make Podcast. Bam, let's get it.